Hi guys, this is Brittany Harlacker with my Module 1 video for my Instructional Technology Design and Assessment class. A little bit about my professional life. I'm a 4th grade math and science teacher in the Red Line Area School District. I'm in my 4th year of teaching. I pursued my bachelor's degree in middle level education with concentrations in math and social studies from Shippensburg University in 2013. I am now pursuing my master's degree in STEM, assessment curriculum and instruction at Millersville University, obviously. And I also coach track and field at the junior high level in our district. A little thing personal about myself. I just recently got engaged about 2 weeks ago. So planning a wedding on top of taking grad classes and teaching is quite crazy right now. Love to read. I have been doing CrossFit for over a year and have fallen deeply in love with that as well. Huge Game of Thrones, Law and Order, SVU, and The Office fan. Love the Pittsburgh Steelers and Penguins. A good trivia night's always a great time, and a big fan of country music. So how I use these 7 strategies in my own classroom. I have a blended learning classroom, so my kids are constantly being grouped and moved around based on their ability and needs. So being able to formally assess them and see where they are as a student helps me set up my classroom essentially. So these strategies do play into my hand with my blended learning classroom. Like I said, it helps with my grouping aspects. Every Friday, I have a Flex Friday, which allows me to pull kids based on their learning needs as well if they're not understanding a specific concept. Which also, like I said, just understanding my students' individual needs overall, and how my formal assessments can help track where they are and where they need to be. And I also allow my students to track their own progression. I use Front Row in my classroom. They can track their progression. When we do fact fluency testing, they track their own progression. So I do incorporate these 7 strategies into my own classroom. How are they similar? I do think the strategies are similar in the fact that it directs students down a path of achievement. Students know what it's expected of them. They're able to see how they're doing themselves, and where they need to be essentially, and what the learning target is. It also helps both the teacher and the students. The teachers are able to get a good idea of where their students are, while the students have a better understanding of where they are and be able to make adjustments based on that. It also teaches students to take initiative in their own learning. I find that this is happening more and more in my classroom as I progress with this blended learning, and the kids learn how to take their learning upon themselves and want to do better for themselves. And it's a good correlation between learning and assessment. You can take your formal assessments and help adapt and also enhance your learning and teaching. And the 7 strategies are different in the fact that they're broken down into 3 separate groups. Where am I going? Where am I now? And how can I close the gap? And each of those groups has their specific reasons and ways to help students be successful in their own learning environment. Sometimes students are working off of direct feedback from the teacher. They're working off examples of the teacher or other students' work, or based off their own tracking of their progress. And then another difference I see is that it either helps guide the student in their learning, or it directs teachers to help in their teaching. So where they need to be teaching kids and what they need to be pulling certain kids for to help enhance their learning or to help with their learning. So I think those are the differences between the different strategies, and based on what you're looking for, you can use them in any order, as the book says. So this is my video for Module 1, and I look forward to working with all of you this year.